Welcome, enthusiasts! Today we bring you a head-to-head showdown between two titans of ultra-long-range private aviation. Picture stepping into the exclusive world where performance, luxury, and capability converge. On one side stands the Gulfstream G700, Gulfstream Aerospace's latest flagship, commanding attention with its sleek lines and superlative performance. On the other, the Dassault Falcon 8X, the elegant and efficient trijet from France, revered for its range and sophistication. Both jets are designed to connect continents non-stop, to deliver executives, families, or celebrities across oceans without pause. In this video, we'll peel back every layer of these aircraft, from acquisition and operating costs through technical prowess, service life, lifestyle use cases, financing strategy, and eventual resale value. By the end, you'll be able to decide, does the G700 or the Falcon 8X better suit an owner who demands nothing but the best? If you ever wondered which ultra-long-range jet holds its crown in 2025 and beyond, you're in the right place. So buckle up as we dive into the ultimate jet matchup. Stepping into the private jet market, where ambition meets ambition, the Gulfstream G700 and the Dassault Falcon 8X dominate the ultra-long-range realm at very different price points. As of mid-2025, Gulfstream's flagship G700 carries a list price of approximately $75 million, with fully customized builds pushing toward $85 million once bespoke interiors, avionics enhancements, connectivity, and finishes are added. Early pre-owned examples are trading closer to $73 million, reflecting earlier baseline configurations. So when you consider a fully built, luxury configured G700, expect a package well north of 8 figures. On the other side, the Falcon 8X launched at about $58 million, with premium-equipped models nearing $60 million plus, making it a more cost-accessible long-range jet. The 8X enjoys a robust pre-owned marketplace too. Listings typically begin in the $42 to $46 million range, depending on avionics, maintenance programs, and interior freshness. Dassault offers tailored personalization for cabin zones, fabrics, entertainment, and connectivity, though overall customization costs tend to run cooler than Gulfstream's grander margin of opulence. Delivery timelines for both platforms generally fall between 18 to 24 months, driven by handcrafted interiors, avionics seats, and assembly backlogs. During this period, many buyers acquire interim charter time, fractional shares, or wet lease a similar aircraft, which can tally up hundreds of thousands annually depending on usage intensity. Both manufacturers also operate certified pre-owned, that's CPO programs, pre-owned by Gulfstream and Dassault's Falcon Select, which include warranty packages, maintenance programs, and avionics support. These can offer smoother purchase experiences and sometimes include trade-in deals, cost offsetting through repurposed avionics or entry into shared use fleets. For prospective owners aiming for fractional or charter ROI, the Falcon 8X's lower absolute cost and stronger operational margins make it an appealing candidate, whereas the G700 yields compelling charter rates despite its larger cost hurdle. Now let's explore what happens when you push the throttle forward. The Gulfstream G700 boasts an FAA-certified range of 7,500 nautical miles at Mach 0.85. While some test flights have hinted at slightly greater endurance in ideal conditions, its real-world excellence lies in its high-speed cruise of Mach 0.90 and a top sprint capability of Mach 0.935, powered by dual Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 turbofans. The G700 also claims a service ceiling of 51,000 feet. It reduces en route time in a way few jets can match. In contrast, the Dassault Falcon 8X delivers about 6,450 nautical mile range at Mach 0.80, with high-speed cruise reaching Mach 0.90. While its top speed lags slightly behind the Gulfstream, its classic tri-jet layout with 3 Pratt & Whitney Canada PW307D engines provides exceptional redundancy, short-field performance, and enhanced dispatch reliability. It also shares the same 51,000-foot ceiling and supports takeoffs from runways as short as 5,880 feet, opening access to more remote airfields that may be unavailable to larger twins. The G700's cabin is in a class of its own. about 56 feet 11 inches in length, accommodating up to 19 passengers across 4 living zones. With a full-height cabin width of 8 feet 2 inches and Gulfstream Symmetry flight deck featuring active side sticks. Dassault's 8X, by comparison, offers 42 feet 8 inches of cabin length, seating up to 16 passengers across 3 customized cabin zones styled with French elegance. Flight efficiency is where the 8X truly shines. Dassault reports that the 8X's tri-jet aerodynamics deliver approximately 30% better fuel efficiency than comparable large and older twin-engine jets, especially during intercontinental missions where full fuel loads are typical. Meanwhile, the G700 compensates with speed and next-gen engine tech, but its larger fuel burn at high Mach may push hourly variable costs upward. In real-world missions, this translates into faster flight times in the G700 versus fewer fuel bills and runway flexibility in the 8X, a strategic trade-off. Let's break down the numbers on ownership costs, starting with the Gulfstream G700. According to industry estimates, annual fixed costs for the G700, which include expenses for crew salaries, training, hangar storage, insurance, and aircraft management, generally fall between $1 to $1.25 million. When variable costs, such as fuel, maintenance, engine reserves, and landing fees are factored in, the yearly total climbs significantly, ranging from $2.2 to as high as $4.1 million, depending on flight hours and fuel market fluctuations. In high utilization cases, especially around 400 flight hours annually, total operating costs may approach or exceed $3.3 to $4.2 million. For instance, flying the G700 200 hours a year results in a projected operating budget of about $2.17 million. At 400 hours, this jumps to $3.36 million due to escalating variable costs, primarily driven by higher fuel burn and engine cycle maintenance, especially with aviation fuel averaging around $7.23 per gallon. On the other hand, the Dassault Falcon 8X delivers a far leaner operating profile. Its annual fixed costs are significantly lower, about $667,600, comprising crew wages of $345,000, training expenses of $92,000, hangar fees of $79,000, insurance at $45,000, and management and miscellaneous costs rounding out the balance. Variable costs are where the 8X really differentiates itself, ranging between $3,200 and $3,700 per flight hour. This equates to $640,000 to $740,000 in variable spending for 200 hours of flying, and approximately $1.3 to $1.5 million for 400 hours per year, a meaningful contrast to the G700's operational demands. Summing up both fixed and variable expenses, the Falcon 8X's total yearly costs typically range from $1.4 to $1.5 million for 200 hours and $2 to $2.2 million at 400 hours. When broken down by distance, the G700 averages $19.69 per mile at 200 flight hours, improving to $15.21 per mile at 400 hours. The Falcon 8X, however, shows more consistent efficiency, with per-mile costs around $14.50 at 200 hours and dropping impressively to $13.47 at 400 hours. For heavy-use operators, the 8X's per-mile efficiency, saving $2 to $3 per mile, can lead to six-figure annual savings, especially with fluctuating fuel prices. It's a financially savvy choice that doesn't sacrifice transcontinental performance. Owning a G700 places you in the front row of luxury and capability. With a cabin that could double as a boutique hotel suite, complete with multiple lavatories, showers, full-size beds, and boardroom-grade connectivity, you transform long-haul travel into an executive sanctuary. Non-stop journeys from New York to Hong Kong or Los Angeles to Dubai at Mach 0.90 become routine, strategic tools rather than logistical headaches. For corporate executives, global dignitaries, or elite charter services, the G700 projects prestige and delivers on its promise of performance, comfort, and speed. For owners prioritizing access to smaller or more remote runways, the Falcon 8X offers unparalleled flexibility. With a short field performance requiring just around 5,880 feet for takeoff, the Falcon 8X comfortably reaches airstrips in mountainous retreats, island getaways, or high altitude. The tri-jet layout ensures both enhanced safety margins and more diverse routing options. Owners often configure the cabin with spa-inspired layouts or expanded baggage compartments, making it ideal for family expeditions, discreet business travel, or humanitarian logistics. While its cabin may not match the sheer volume of the G700, its design still delivers elegant comfort in all three of its customizable zones. Operator scenarios vary with mission type and personal preference. Some Falcon 8X owners take the controls themselves, especially in regions with lighter traffic and well-known airfields. Owner-piloted operations can substantially lower overhead, but do require rigorous type rating, simulator time, and higher insurance premiums. Conversely, most G700 operators involve professional flight crews, with 2 full-time pilots and often a dedicated flight attendant. On average, annual crew costs are closer to $344,000 for the Falcon 8X, and $585,000 for the G700, covering salaries, benefits, and ongoing training obligations. This structure ensures turnkey operation and smoother logistical management, particularly for high-frequency users. Both aircraft hold strong appeal in the charter and fractional ownership markets. The G700 typically commands charter rates between $12,500 and $15,000 per hour, reinforcing its exclusivity and high-end appeal. The Falcon 8X, while still premium, charters in the $10,500 to $11,500 per hour range, slightly more accessible but maintaining elite status. Dassault's Falcon Care Management program further enhances fleet reliability and value preservation, making the 8X a strong choice for high-utilization charter businesses. The G700, with its brand prestige and flagship status, fetches some of the industry's highest hourly rates, helping offset its elevated ownership costs through charter income. Both aircraft follow broadly similar financing frameworks that are well established in the large cabin market. Typically, buyers should be prepared to make a down payment of between 20 and 30%, with the remaining balance financed over 10 to 20 years through either traditional aviation lenders or offshore entities. These transactions are often secured through limited liability companies, that's LLCs, or aviation trusts, especially in jurisdictions like Delaware or Wyoming in the U.S., or via offshore registries in the Isle of Man, the Cayman Islands, or Luxembourg. These arrangements are designed to optimize tax liability, protect the asset from legal exposure, and allow for easier cross-border operations and ownership transitions. In the United States, financing a jet like the G700 or the Falcon 8X often allows owners to take advantage of Section 179 of the IRS Code or bonus depreciation strategies under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. These can result in substantial write-offs, sometimes up to 100% of the aircraft's cost in the first year, if the aircraft is used predominantly for business purposes. However, eligibility for such deductions depends on various factors, including mission profile, international routing, and legal entity structure. For international buyers, or those operating via charter or leaseback models, the tax benefits may be replaced by depreciation allowances or lease amortization under IFRS or other accounting standards. Maintenance is another critical area where lifecycle costs diverge subtly. The Gulfstream G700 features major scheduled inspections at multi-year intervals, aligned with airframe flight cycles and usage thresholds. Its Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines participate in maintenance service programs that estimate annual engine reserves at about $460,000 to $500,000 for 200 flight hours, rising to $992,000 to $1 million for 400 hours. Dassault's Falcon 8X, with its 3 Pratt & Whitney PW307D engines, undergoes engine overhauls approximately every 7,200 flight hours. Annual engine maintenance reserves run about $135,000 for 200 hours and $270,000 for 400 hours, offering a lower engine cost trajectory per hour despite the third engine's added complexity. Resale value is a crucial consideration, especially in aircraft of this tier. Historically, Gulfstream G series jets, like the G650, have retained around 50% of their list value 5 years after delivery. A benchmark, the G700, is expected to follow, albeit possibly with slightly faster depreciation due to its higher acquisition price. Gulfstream supports long-term resale value with cabin retrofit programs, avionics upgrades, and a globally recognized brand. Dassault's Falcon 8X, while less flamboyant, benefits from a broader fleet base, efficient operating costs, and high charter utilization, helping maintain strong market liquidity and resale confidence. The Falcon Care maintenance program is a significant contributor to this, as it ensures the aircraft remains in peak mechanical and cosmetic condition, which directly supports pricing on the secondary market. In the end, this comparison goes beyond specifications. It's about aligning with your mission and mindset. The Gulfstream G700 is a powerhouse of speed, space, and luxury, designed for those who seek nothing but the best, no matter the cost. It commands attention on the tarmac and delivers an executive experience like no other. Meanwhile, the Dassault Falcon 8X brings intelligent efficiency, offering long-range performance with lower operating costs and greater flexibility. Its ability to access shorter runways and maintain impressive fuel economy gives it a strategic edge for many. Your final decision comes down to two priorities: prestige and performance, or versatility and value. Whichever path you choose, both jets represent excellence in modern private aviation.